Okay, hello everyone. Just a quick question before we start. How many English-speaking people do we have? Okay, so we'll go in English. All right, so welcome everyone to this chat. I'm Eric Leonard, a project manager and expediter for Vulcain Engineering for a few years now, and I'm accompanied with Cécile, who's the chief of staff.
Hi, I'm Cécile. I'm a chief of staff by STEMP, a digital solution for the nuclear industry.
And we're here to talk about the supply chain and control the supply chain in the nuclear business. Today, within the nuclear business, we are faced with great challenge and great opportunities. We have big challenge, which is to build more, 8, maybe 6 more APRs to build. We have SMRs coming in the market, and we have to build faster. We are today at 13.5 years of construction time, and we have 18 months between 2 EPRs. We should be putting out 2 EPRs every 5 years, so that's a huge challenge that hasn't really existed in the 80s. The new environment is there. There is an environment with 3D printing, graphene, new fuel types. We're going to have a lot of turnover with 10,000, 15,000 people to onboard until the year 2030, and growing threats, which, because of this market, the threats are there. Cyber attacks, CFSI, we are not always in a safe place. So the key here is to build a robust future. During the last few years, the Vulcain learnings have been some 4 keys that we have to share with you. One is the quality of the client-supplier relationship is key to secure performance. Nobody likes to work on a project where the relationship is not as great as it should be. The lack of traceability and the capacity to deliver the right information to the right people at the right time. So document management, all of that, when it's not met with real-life delivery, leads to most of non-conformities today. We think that leading to projects rather than products is one of the key. Okay, one of the key to ensure quality of the quality and performance. We see that when we lead projects to products, sometimes the project's needs are not met, even if the project's needs are met, not the projects. And the thing also is to keep that attractive, because so many new people are going to jump in the industry today that we need to have that cornered. 5 axes of improvement for the industry have been identified, of which we'll only talk about 2. The first 3 ones, the formalization of processes, the consistent training and the certification. We have a lot of people on this platform that will talk about the ISO 19443, and I don't think it's necessary to really go in deep in that because it's already been done. Today we'll essentially talk about the independent third parties and the digitalization. So today, when we look at a nuclear project, what we can see is that we have 4 main flows that go into a project. The first one is the technical and commercial proposal and orders. And that's always the good time. That's where we have the good ideas, that's when we have the budget, and that's what we are the start of things. Then we have the technical discussion and change. And that can already lower the quality of the relationship, because things change, budget change, technical requirements advance, things move. Then the quality and delivery. Well, we have to be on point with the quality of something that can actually move during the design phase and during the manufacturing phase. So that's starting to be difficult. And then there's the cash flow. And we know how the cash flow can really put us in difficulty. So today we have a situation when we can have unmanaged delays in technical discussions and changed, a lower quality, a suboptimal delivery, and delayed cash flow because of all that. So with a third party, it's not a magical thing. It's not going to solve all of the problems, but it can ease the pressure on the 3 main pain points that we have. The idea is to put someone in charge, or a company in charge, or a service provider in charge of these things that are the pain points that generally are not as supervised as they should be. The objective is to increase confidence, boost trust, manage that the communication stays streamlined so that everyone is informed of what's going on at the right time. We have a good history of things. And a better commitment so that every party, every stakeholder can feel his voice heard. Now, the challenge is that we have risks all around. It's not the only two that I've talked before, but it's also a set of risks that we have everywhere. Tight plannings, the drifts, the industrial schemes that can be complicated, the different suppliers, the moving people, the moving industrial landscape, CFSI, all of that is part of the risks and part of the increased workload that are on the project management teams and on the utilities and subcontractors as well. So it means for every threat, there is an opportunity for value creation. And the idea is to help companies avoid these threats while keeping a high standard of delivering. So that's what we're trying to do with the value creation that we've shown on the right. So for us, what's been the most effective at reducing these risks has been the expediting. The expediting is a key part of a project that generally is not always considered at the start of a project. And the objective is to make sure that all the deliveries on the project will come on time, whether it be documents or products. So there are three main axes on the project expediting. The first one is the project expediting, which helps analyzing and following up the requirements on the project. The idea is that we have a project team that's in place, but maybe that project team is concerned with technical, contract management, all of that kind of stuff. And the idea is to help the project create the analysis of how the subcontracting chain, how the supply chain should be managed and kept under surveillance in a way, so that all of the requirements in time, cost, and delays and quality will be met later on. Another way is the supplier expediting. We know that maybe there's a project in place and there's one particular subcontractor that is not reaching the standards at which we are waiting in. This situation happened. And the idea of expediting here is to provide help. Help with what's going on, help with managing the loads, maybe help within managing the different projects that are using this supplier. And the third one is equipment expediting. So that's especially for large equipments, I don't know, MCPs, pumps, maybe some valves, that that have a high schedule constraint and where the project might not be as thorough with the supervision as it could be. So maybe there's help needed to achieve the goals. So our vision of expediting is a person within a team. We have to have a person that's technically savvy enough to understand what's going on with the product and the project, and to be solution-driven so that these people don't necessarily focus on the problems, but focus on the solutions and how to track these solutions and implement them to ensure that the project comes on time. So now, with that, for every stakeholder, there can be benefits for that. The problem with the expediting function is that sometimes it can be seen as a, I would say, spying force that would be displaced in different manufacturers to just observe what they do. But it's not the point. The point is that it helps with the organization to provide the required needs depending on the problem that we face. It might be document follow-up. It might be helping the creation of the analysis of correct plannings. It might be making sure that the communication flows seamlessly, that a history of a project is correctly followed. The idea is that all of that helps achieve the project in time. Now, the expediting on its own is one of the key things that Vulcain does. The other key things that not only Vulcain does, but that we identified as a key part for the future of expediting, and we have some of them of industrials that actually are doing these things, is digitalization. Digitalization is a bit of a mystery or a keyword that doesn't reveal a lot of sense at the start. The idea is to get from a world where everyone works on his own computer, on his own files, to a place where the information is shared, better used. The idea is that we can have today a use of Power Platform or other tools that can simplify the creation of dedicated apps so that everyone can have the right information right there when they need it. And for that, there are three priorities that we can see. One is the project management that's structured around process. So a good understanding of processes that can be translated in the right application so that every stakeholder can have the right information at the right time. The capacity planning. So we know what the planning is. We know what different actions are taken. We know who should take which action. And that's all done with a centralized data system. And the third thing is the integration and planning to manage the risk so that we can see in real time all the different actions that can be taken or that are taken in different subcontractors in real time for the projects, for the sites, for everything. So it's basically a consolidation of all the information that we have. And all of these micro applications can be made quite easily with relative ease and relative speed, and will change from the place where we are now, where everyone works on their own computer, to a place where we can share the information more effectively. One of the examples that we have to show you today is the example carried on by Cecile about your product. So I'll leave it to you.
Yes, so I'm going to come here. So indeed, when it comes to digitalization, electronic signature can be a powerful tool to help you in this. Why that? Because all the solutions that exist can help you with productivity, enhance your processes, and reduce the delays. It also can help you with security, which is embedded in all solutions. And also, when it comes to the quality, it helps you with the traceability thanks to the data available. But when you have a close look at all the solutions on the market, you can see that they don't all meet all the needs of the nuclear industry. First, the user experience can be quite complex. And when it comes to integration in the company tools, it can be constraining and costful. And when it comes to the mobility, to be able to sign on the move, not all solutions offer a 100% mobility solution. And last but not least, mainly, these solutions are based on SaaS and cloud systems and can show some security vulnerabilities for the industry. But when it comes to our solutions, the Chemo, which is an electronic and seal signature solution, we can see that this solution is the first universal, secure solution, easy to use, on the move or on a fixed station, and suitable for all. How does it work? We have an electronic stamp, which is an hardware that contains all the company and the person identity. It's quite secured, and it allows you to sign any documents thanks to one click and a PIN code on our Chemo app or on any company application thanks to our integration. First, it's a highly secure solution because our Chemo stamp has all the state-of-the-art cryptography technology to protect all the data and the communication with the device. We have a strong authentication system to allow and enhance the signatures, and every document stays on the device. Nothing goes on the cloud, and everything is autonomous. It's also a universal and simple solution that is both easier for company and end users onboarding. When it comes to the company, you can integrate really easily and fast our solution in the IT systems, thanks to our SDK. And when it comes to after deployments, when it comes to end user onboarding, it's quite easy with simple and intuitive user experience. When it comes to mobility, you can use the Chemo totally in mobility, as you don't need any network or internet connection to validate your signature. And you can sign on any device, smartphones and tablets included. And when it comes to costs, we are the most affordable solution on the market. We also have a whole offer with a software suite that allows any administrator to follow the Chemo fleet and manage it. You can, thanks to our front office solution, follow all the signatures and the process that include the signatures thanks to our dashboards that are available. You have one people that can administrate all the Chemo fleet and follow the procedures. And you can also add digital certificates to go deeper on the person identity certification and validation. So here are the big picture of the product, and I can tell you more after if you need. And we can follow with the question and answer sessions over there. Thank you very much.